Welcome to the RC Stories Garage. This video was supposed to be about installing the all-new Hobbywing Micro24 ESC and 1621 brushless motor combo in my Axial SCX24 Deadbolt. The Deadbolt currently has a Firma 8-amp micro brushless ESC and motor. This is a fine system that fits in the stock motor location, the ultimate plug-and-play, but at 4500 kilovolts, it lacks some of the low-speed finesse of other brushless systems. My main problem with the Firma system is that the BEC is only rated at 0.3 amps. This might be enough to power the weak stock SCX24 servo, but it is anemic when it comes to powering my Reefs 99 Micro, which in theory can draw 1 amp of power. In real-world use, I tend to get slightly glitchy performance and want to rectify that situation. When I saw the Hobbywing Micro24 system release, I thought this might be a good alternative from a company whose products I already love. After I ordered my Micro24 combo, YouTubers Exocaged and Cape Crawlers released videos which highlighted their difficulties in dropping the Micro24 into fairly stock SCX24 vehicles. Finding a non-press fit 2mm pinion is the first issue. I couldn't find anything that fit the stock transmission. I ordered a Furitek 16-tooth pinion with set screw, but when looking at the stock motor plate, there is just not enough material to modify it to make the Hobbywing 1621 motor fit. Therefore, you also need to source a third-party motor mount. For all the hassle, you might as well go with a different ESC and motor than the Hobbywing, which is not a drop-in solution. Honestly, I think a Furitek Lizard Pro, Micro Komodo, and aluminum CNC motor mount is a better option. You get all the necessary parts, it's cheaper, and the Furitek app provides more programming options and on-the-fly programmability via Bluetooth. The Hobbywing Micro24 and 1621 motor will probably make it into an SCX24 Basecamp build in the near future. For the SCX24 Deadbolt, I'm sticking with the Firma 8-amp brushless system. I don't want to be raising the motor up even a few millimeters or having to rearrange the electronics. To make the Deadbolt's Firma 8-amp system more usable, I am installing a Furitek 2-amp Micro BEC with the unfortunate model number of FUK2060. That is what today's video is about. The only external BEC I have ever installed is the Traxxas TRX4 BEC, which is really stupid-proof. But let's back up and answer the question of why one might need an external BEC in the first place. To answer that, a little background information might be in order. BEC stands for Battery Eliminator Circuit. But what battery is being eliminated? Early RC cars had mechanical speed controls actuated by a servo. The mechanical speed control routed the battery power directly to the motor. The receiver and servos were powered by a separate battery pack, usually 4 AA's. When the electronic speed control, or ESC, was introduced, people asked the obvious question, why not use that big battery to also power the receiver and steering servo? In other words, eliminate the separate electronics battery. Now our high-powered batteries are connected to the ESC, which contains a battery eliminator circuit, BEC, that provides regulated voltage power, 5 to 6.5 volts, to the receiver. But what if your servo power requirements are too great for the BEC? That's where the external BEC comes in. The external BEC takes over the job of providing power to the receiver and steering servo, and possibly other electronics. Essentially, battery power is supplied to both the ESC, electronic speed control, and external BEC. The BEC then supplies power to the receiver, which passes it on to the steering servo. Of course, you still need to get a signal from the receiver to the ESC, but you no longer want the power from the ESC going to the receiver. Having two power sources, possibly of different voltages, feeding the receiver would be really bad. To decouple the ESC BEC from the receiver, you need to perform a small wire hack, literally. Servo wires have three conductors: positive, negative, and signal. We still need the signal and negative wire between the ESC and receiver, but we want to remove the positive wire. In my installation, I did this by manufacturing a short servo extension wire without the positive conductor. I really wish the Furitek BEC came with this wire. The modified extension is cleaner than just cutting or depinning and taping off the positive conductor on the ESC servo wire, which you could also do. That's all there is to installing an external BEC. I chose the Furitek Micro BEC because its battery leads are already wired with PH 2.0 connectors. Other BECs would work, but some connector modifications might be required. All external BEC installations follow this same basic arrangement, though the wire setup may be different. I haven't installed a BEC before because in the 1/10 scale world, we have a good selection of direct power servos to choose from. A direct power servo, as the name implies, connects the servo motor directly to the battery for power. A separate servo signal wire connects the servo controller to the receiver. Direct power eliminates the need for an external BEC. A 1/24 scale micro servo will benefit from an external BEC if the ESC BEC is underpowered, or if the servo can handle higher voltages that the ESC BEC might not support. Higher voltage equals faster. I hope this helps if you are thinking about installing an external BEC in an SCX24 or other micro-scaled vehicle, large-scale crawler, or any other RC car. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoy this sort of content, please feel free to like and subscribe to see more.